Boss tells View enough already. Dagan, according to the Daily Beast, Disney and ABC execs have told The View to tone down their Trump bashing because they're constantly doing it. Should they, though? I mean, isn't this their brand now? They got nothing left. If you take that away, what do they have?
Greg Gutfeld went all in on The View after Disney's CEO hinted at canceling their entire existence faster than you can say ratings disaster. It was like a roast so fiery, Mickey Mouse might need a fire extinguisher. So why did Disney get so heated? And how did Gutfeld turn that threat into pure comedic gold? Stick around, because this drama's juicier than a theme park turkey leg.
The owner of ABC News and daytime talk show The View is now the subject of a new report claiming CEO Bob Iger is urging the show's host to tone down their criticism of President Donald Trump.
Always want us to be respectful and do the things and talk about the stuff we talk about. We can do all of that. But when you are blatantly giving the country the middle finger, that is blatant. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to take the plane.
Don't you think when he lets these white Africans in and claims that's giving the middle finger to the black community?
When Disney, the magical realm of talking animals and mouse-eared dynasties, threatens cancellation, it's typically reserved for lackluster cartoons or a box office bomb featuring a CGI raccoon with emotional baggage. But this time, the fairy wand is aimed directly at the chaotic hands of daytime television. The View.
As if the show is some delightful chit-chat fest without the political talk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a lullaby and a shot of Dickel.
Yeah.
If they're not ripping on Trump. Here's Joy. She's going to share her feminine hygiene routine and tell you how to prevent your old tatas from going down and having a picnic with your belly button.
Indeed, the once revered circle of couch-bound commentators finally took things too far, and the backlash came back at them like a rogue churro at Disneyland. The news struck with unexpected force. The same corporate powers that had long shielded The View hosts from any real consequences suddenly hesitated. It seems that the spectacle of 5 outrage-fueled women bickering over which celebrity should be canceled next isn't drawing the ratings it once did.
That's like a cross between The View and Hee Haw. Except hoo-ha. Wow, that is pretty good, isn't it? It's hee-haw, me too-haw. I don't know. Michelle, are you okay, Michelle? At least somebody got it, even when I was thinking, I go, does that make any sense?
Yes, it made perfect.
Who would have guessed that a daily spectacle of teacup-throwing drama wouldn't be the shining star of a multi-billion-dollar media empire? Enter Greg Gutfeld, Fox News resident prankster, whose entire career seems built on roast sessions, delivered with the precision of a Gordon Ramsay meltdown, minus the cooking metaphors, and with a heavier dose of sarcasm. Gutfeld took one look at Disney's veiled threat and seized the moment, turning it into a golden opportunity to set The View ablaze like the Hindenburg of daytime TV, bloated, burning, and full of hot air.
To lighten up, and this is what they did on the Qatar jet, or Qatar jet.
The United States has accepted the plane. Is going to
He has accepted the plane. The United States has not accepted the plane.
He representing the government.
He's not representing us.
He's the government. Why does he want it, do you think? Because he's the king? He wants to go around the world like the king?
It goes to him and his presidential library, so it becomes his plane.
But we all know that that's BS, okay? No. He's not giving that to his presidential library. He's going to take it, he's going to fly and use it. But he's not supposed to have it. I got the Constitution right here. He's not supposed to have the plane. Okay?
All right, my point, Michelle. If you take that away from them, I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
Like it's like what Dagan said. There isn't anything.
He didn't need to say it outright. The beauty of Gutfeld's mockery lies in its subtlety. Those sharp inferences, the implied jabs, and a side eye so piercing it probably comes with a sunscreen warning. He practically wrapped the moment in a glittering cloak of disdain, pulling back the curtain on a show that's long stopped pretending to be anything more than a televised group chat with delusions of grandeur. Let's face it, The View has always claimed to be the voice of women. As long as those women think in lockstep, despise the right politicians, and bask in the echo of their own moral superiority, watching it feels like being stuck in a group therapy session where no one listens, everyone interrupts, and the therapists bail halfway through to join a reality show. So what, after all these years, finally set the House of Mouse off? Disney execs had a major revelation. Yelling, "Doesn't equal substance." Viewership wasn't just slipping. It was plummeting faster than a plot twist in a Marvel Phase 4 movie. When your primary audience consists of people who accidentally leave the TV on after Saturday morning cartoons, you know you're in trouble.
I love what you said about wanting to entertain audiences, critics saying Disney's too woke, but you're just putting out storytelling.
We are. Look, I don't really like the term woke because I think it's an umbrella term that I'm not 100% sure I even know what it means, and one could argue that sometimes it's used too liberally. That said, our primary purpose is to entertain, and where we can entertain responsibly, obviously we try to do that. We try to have a positive impact on the world, but the first thing we need to do is
Never one to pass up an opportunity to take a shot at the flailing liberal media, Gutfeld pounced. He painted The View as the Roman Colosseum of daytime TV. Except instead of gladiators, you've got overpaid hosts lobbing passive-aggressive digs and Instagram slogan wisdom at each other. And instead of a roaring crowd, there's just the sound of America quietly dying of second-hand embarrassment. But he didn't just take aim at the structure. Gutfeld went after the hosts with all the precision of a sarcasm-fueled wrecking ball. Each one was a living, breathing stereotype, carefully crafted with the depth of a discount Halloween costume. There's the self-proclaimed intellectual who thinks using a thesaurus makes them right. The eternal victim whose contributions boil. Down to facial expressions and moral outrage, the washed-up celebrity who wandered in from an alternate timeline, offering nothing but confused looks and outdated anecdotes, and of course, the centrist who folds faster than a paper straw. In a ventilate, Disney's sudden threat to cancel The View didn't feel like corporate overreach. It was more like a long-overdue mercy killing. Even the execs who gave the green light to Pirates of the Caribbean 6i could see something had to change. And in that brief, fragile moment of clarity, Gutfeld swooped in like the ghost of common sense past, ready to remind us that sometimes mockery is the best form of quality control.
What it reminds me of, Joey, is that it's like it is a microcosm of the Democrat Party. If you look at The View, it's tightly wound and miserable, largely female, hallucinating and angry. Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City.
Let's be honest. The View has turned into a self-parody, a weekly spectacle of performative outrage disguised as empowerment. Every episode is a masterclass in how not to engage in meaningful discussion. It's like watching 5 Yelp reviews argue about politics, all while forgetting the name of the restaurant. While Gutfeld roasted from the sidelines, you could almost hear the gears grinding at ABC as they scrambled to spin the PR machine into overdrive. But this time, even Mickey Mouse was giving the morning slot a side-eye. You can only hide the ratings cliff for so long before someone takes a long look through the telescope and realizes it's all downhill from here. The View isn't just a show. It's a brand, one that once dared to believe it shaped national conversations but now only sparks lunch break gossip. The same recycled talking points, delivered with all the enthusiasm of a tax audit. The same artificial debates, meticulously timed to commercial breaks like speed dating with opinions. Gutfeld didn't just mock the show, he dissected it in real time. He held up a cultural mirror and pointed out the smudges of irrelevance, hypocrisy, and delusion that were plastered across its face. In doing so, he said what everyone was thinking but too polite to admit. The View is less a show and more a self-sustaining feedback loop of exhausted outrage. The irony is that for a panel so obsessed with holding others accountable, it's completely incapable of any introspection. It's a space where every discussion feels less like a conversation and more like a competition to see who can be the most offended first, a circus of contradictions, all underwritten by the very media. Empire now threatening to pull the plug.
View. It's become like a medical hospital that displays human misfailure. Like it's like here, let's look at this political oddity. You know, it's like it really is like the left-wing equivalent of a carnival sideshow, except instead of bearded ladies and fat clowns and two-headed cows. Well, let me rephrase that. But The View is a victim of the sunk cost